Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It is the end of July and we all know what that means. It is time for a favorites video. I think my favorites are definitely geared a lot more towards skincare this month. I've been using makeup, but since it's so hot, I feel like I don't wear a lot of makeup in the summer. I mean, I tend to have a pretty light look anyway, but definitely during the summer, it's even lighter. So usually I'm skincare focused to try and get my skin in the best condition possible so I don't feel uncomfortable not wearing a lot of makeup. I've actually been trying a lot of new things. A lot of you have asked me about my skincare routine and I'm definitely going to do a video about that. I'm trying out a new brand right now, so I want to give it some time before I do another skincare video and a full review, but there's some things that I've been trying in the in-between where like I haven't fully committed to them as a routine, but I've been using them to fill in bits and pieces as I was finishing other products up, if that makes any sense. Sorry if none of you could follow it, but that's sort of what I'm going to share with you guys today. There is one makeup item that I've shared in a favorites video before, but it's just been reoccurring this month, and that is the Lila Bee Sun-Kissed Bronzer. This just for whatever reason is a great bronzer on my skin. I really like the way it looks. I've done a lot of tutorials with it. In fact, I think my last video was with it, or the video before that when I did a bronzed look. I just really like it, and especially since I've been traveling, it's good to have a trusty bronzer with you that you can also use as an eyeshadow and then sort of like a highlight with this lighter shade. Usually I just dip my brush in and mix the two colors together and apply it to my cheeks and sort of all over to give myself that bronze look, but you can definitely be more precise with it and just use the darker color for bronzer and the lighter color for a golden highlight, and same thing on your eyes. You sort of have two eyeshadows here that you can work with. So that's really my only makeup favorite of this month. As far as skincare favorites go, the first one is the deodorant. I mentioned this before. This is the Wyleta Wild Rose deodorant. It's supposed to be a 24-hour deodorant. It's a spray-on deodorant. I'm going to have a video coming up of all the different deodorants that I've tried and what I think of them. This is one that I'm consistently going back to because I think it just performs the best on my skin. It obviously doesn't transfer onto clothing because it's a light oil. It has a really non-offensive scent to me. It does smell almost a little bit alcohol-y when you first put it on, but I think that's sort of the rose and the essential oils in this, and then immediately it dissipates and you don't even smell it. But this has definitely been a savior in the heat. Since I have been testing out so many deodorants, it's always very uncomfortable when the deodorants don't work and you start to smell yourself in the middle of the day. So this has been one that I go back to. If I try one that doesn't work for me, I'll use this again, and it's just been a solid go-to product for me in the month of July. The next one is actually travel specific. I know a lot of people are still traveling, so I thought I would share this with you. When I got back from my second trip, like the first or second week of July, my skin was awful. I think the travel had completely wreaked havoc on my face. I had a lot of breakouts. I'm still getting some of the inflammation under control right now. On top of that, I had very dry, dehydrated skin because of being on the plane, and something that really helped with both just immediately after the flight was this mask. This is a mask from the brand Mantra Mask, and it's the Unleash Collagen Restore and Hydrate Mask. I used this the night that I got back because I could feel how tight my face was, and I cannot tell you what a difference this made. So it's a very I don't know what the word is. There's just a lot of product on these masks, which I think is great because you get like bang for your buck, but they're also like a tiny bit messy. However, they're very effective, or at least this one was, in sort of restoring the balance to my skin and just making my skin plump and hydrated again. I woke up the next morning and I didn't have that tight feeling anymore. I honestly didn't even put on any skincare after this. I just let the serum that's on the mask sort of sink in, and I just gave myself like a little facial massage, and it was just a total savior after travel. My skin was so much better afterwards. So Mantra Mask, I will definitely be picking up more of these. I have another kind that I'm gonna have to try out too, but definitely the Restore and Hydrate is wonderful for travel. So the next two products go in combination with each other for me, so I'm gonna share them together, and they're both Josh Rosebrook products. I got these as samples when I went to the Beauty Heroes event. I also got the cacao antioxidant mask, or cocoa antioxidant mask, depending on how you want to pronounce it. These are the two that I've started to try out. I haven't tried the mask yet, but I really like the two of them together. I had heard very mixed reviews about the Hydrating Accelerator, that it might or might not be a gimmicky product, that you might or might not need it, but definitely these two together, the Josh Rosebrook Vital Balm Cream with the Hydrating Accelerator, makes all the difference. I really feel like it hydrates my skin. Again, I was sort of combating that dry skin from traveling this month, so a lot of the products that I'm sharing with you are for hydration and for dehydrated skin. The one thing I also want to say about this is the spray applicator is the best facial mist spray applicator I have ever tried. It disperses everything so evenly and has such a fine mist, which is actually surprisingly hard to find. So however they developed this packaging, they did a great job. They create a product that has such a beautiful application. It's very soothing just to spray it. It's definitely something that you should just go and try out and see what I'm talking about, because I think you'll find that this is a very unique applicator. And then the Vital Balm Cream was something that I wasn't positive that I really liked when I had first tried it. I felt like, oh gosh, we didn't get a big enough sample to actually try it out, when in fact you need a very little amount. This stuff is very potent. I've probably been using it now for 2 weeks, and the sample was maybe a tablespoon or so, and I still have a decent amount left. I really like the smell, and I like the texture a lot. I think the first night I applied a little bit too much, and I found it to be too thick, a little bit waxy, and it didn't sink in right away, but I found the perfect amount for my skin, and now I just sort of press it over top of the Hydrating Accelerator, and my skin really drinks it up, and I've been waking up in the morning with much plumper, much healthier, much more radiant skin. The last skincare favorite is actually something that when I went to Austin and got a gua sha facial, the facialist recommended for me, and this is the Apotera Night Clarifying Treatment. This is actually for oily skin, or I guess acne prone skin, and I don't have particularly oily skin, but I definitely have acne prone skin. So when she told me about this and said she recommended it, I thought I would pick it up. It's pretty reasonably priced for a decent amount of product. The ingredients in here are wonderfully curated. I will say the scent is not something that I'm 100% on board for. It has a scent of spices and herbs. It's not something I'd say I really mind, because this does an amazing job of taking down inflammation, and I've put it on at night when I've had a really large sort of breakout that's not going away, and I've noticed in the morning that it's completely reduced in size and redness. So this is totally worth it for me, and that's why it's in my favorites video. It's just, I want a disclaimer that the scent is not as appetizing as maybe some other brands. It's not super potent that you smell it on your skin, but it's on your skin. I don't know if that makes sense. Like Jared definitely can smell it on my skin. I can sort of smell it on my skin within an hour or two of putting it on, and then after that hour or two, it definitely goes away, and you don't smell it, say, in the morning when you wake up. So that's the disclaimer I just want to add for this product. It works really well if you are suffering from acne or breakouts. I would definitely check it out. Like I said, really high quality, really potent stuff that actually does the job. Just be warned, it doesn't smell wonderful. So the last thing in my favorites bunch for this month, which I know is a little bit smaller than usual, is actually something kind of silly, but it's jam. So I am not someone who's like a big jam person. I don't know if there are people who are big jam people, but I never go out to get it. When I was on the East Coast, we went to a goat farm to try some goat cheese and see the goats, and it was wonderful, very fun. They also sold jam, and they sold a particular type of jam that's like a pepper jelly, which everyone was obsessed with who I went on the trip with. But I saw this wild blueberry jam, and I was like, I don't know what is calling my name towards it, but I feel like I have to try this. So I bought it, I picked it up, I brought it home. I'm not a big blueberry person. I don't know why it looked so good, but it just did. This is the really good wild blueberry fruit spread. So I think it's available on the East Coast. I found a website that sells it, well, their website that sells it. It was a little tough to find because I typed into Google really good blueberry jam, and just a whole bunch of recipes and a whole bunch of brands came up. But I did link it down below, so if you guys are on the East Coast or you just want to order some jam, this is where it's at. This is just so delicious. It's probably the best jam I've ever had. I had it every day when I got it. I think I finished it in like a week or two all by myself. I didn't share it with anyone. It is just so delicious, and I've been scraping it. I mean, I'm sure you can see there's like nothing left in here, but a piece of my heart breaks. I don't even want to throw this little amount out because it's so delicious. and especially over the top of gluten-free toast with a decent amount of butter. This is amazing. It's a wonderful snack, a wonderful way to start your day, and I would highly, highly recommend this to anyone who wants to try some jam. All right, guys, I'm honestly very impressed with myself. I feel like I was very concise. I didn't have too many products this month, and this is probably not a 45-minute video like mine usually are. I'm just gonna pat myself on the back for that. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Just wrap up thoughts of July. Oh gosh. July, I feel like it went too fast. All the other months have gone fast, but I feel like I can wrap my head around it. But July, I feel like I've blinked and it's gone, which is a very weird feeling. So I'm hoping to be a little bit more present in August and really intentional with everything that I'm doing. I'm sort of in this transition where I'm deciding what I want to do on YouTube. You guys know how much work goes into these videos. I don't need to tell you. It's a lot of time and a lot of effort, and it can be tricky to do on top of everything else that I have going on. So I'm going to keep you guys posted about what's going to happen on my channel. Hopefully I'll be able to keep it just the way it is, but I think I need about a week to just sort of dive into it, figure out the logistics, and see what's really possible for me. So thank you all for being understanding of that. It was really sweet when I posted on Instagram asking you guys how you would feel about going down to 1 video. Almost all of you voted for 2 videos and sent me messages saying, no, like keep posting. So that just like makes my heart so warm, and I'm so appreciative of that because that's why I do this. I really enjoy connecting with you guys, and I'm so happy that I'm making content that you enjoy and find useful. Enough of that, but basically I will just keep you guys updated. So nothing's been decided yet. I'm hoping that the month of August will be very productive. I've had a lot of chapters sort of close in July that have been keeping me distracted. So I'm hoping August I'll be able to be focused and driven and really just motivated to keep going and keep working hard. So I'd love to know if you have any intentions for August. If there's anything exciting coming up in your life, make sure to let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe to my channel to see all clean green beauty, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!